And happy Friday, everybody. Teacher's been missing you, so we decided to give you a real hard warm-up. No, this isn't that hard. You know this stuff. Okay, remember the area of a rectangle? It's just the length times the width, right? Two sides for a rectangle. Okay, and remember that the area of a parallelogram is the base times the height. Now, where do people go wrong when they are doing area of triangles is they forget that the area of a triangle is 1/2 the base times the height. Right, that's kind of small. Okay, so don't forget, if you figure out what B is, it's going to be 6 times B and then cut it in half. Or you can take half of B and multiply it by 6, or you can take half of 6/3 and multiply it by B. Okay? The same idea here. It's going to be 5 times B, cut it in half. Okay, so hopefully B ends up being an even number. It makes it easier. All right, otherwise you have to multiply the two. All right, on these, you are going to show me, okay, if this is 12 inches and I said divide it by 3, well, you're going to have 4, right? So cut it in half, cut it in half, cut it in half. This is 3 inches. This is 3 inches, right? And where's this right here? Right? This is at 3 inches, right? This here is 2 of those, so that's at 6. This is 3 of those, that's at 9, and that's 4, 12. Okay, you're going to kind of do the same idea, divided by 4. Uh-oh, I kind of did this, didn't I? Sorry about that. You're going to divide this one by 3. I made a mistake and put 3 inches, 3 inches. I was supposed to divide that in 3 chunks. Okay, so this goes here. You're going to put your answer for divided by 3 here. Sorry for that confusion. By the way, I always make these. Yeah, what I wanted to slip in there, I'm going to slip in after. I'm trying to slip something sneaky in there all the time to make sure everybody's listening. Maybe that could be my question. What mistake did Mr. Daniel make? Oh, it's probably not going to be the only one, though, huh? Okay. Anyway, copy all this down. Try it. Come back, see how you did, or get some hints, and then check your answers at the end. We will see you soon. And we're back. So let's see what we got here. What two numbers have a product of 56? That means you multiply, you get 56. You add, you get 15. That's going to be 8 and 7. You've seen that one before. You've seen 42 and 13. What's this about, though? This is 7/10 and 6/100. When I go add those, the 7 is in the tenths place, 6 is in the hundreds. I can put a 0 in the hundreds next to that 7. And when I add, I do get 76/100. When I multiply, remember 7 times 6 is 42. But I had to move the decimal over 1 spot there to pretend it was 7, 2 spots here to pretend it was a 6. That's a total of 3 spots, and I have to go back 3 spots on my answer. 2, 3. Fill in the egg card. All right. 6/25 and 1. Did I stump you? Think to yourself, 5 times 5 is 25. I'm going to put 5s on the bottom because I know 5 times 5 and see if I can get this. Okay. How many fifths plus how many fifths is 1 whole? Well, I want those two to add to 5 and multiply. You get 6. How about a 3 and a 2? 3/5 times 2/5 is going to be 6/25, and 3/5 plus 2/5 is 5/5, which equals 1 whole. Similar idea here, right? 6 times 6 is 36. How many 6 plus how many 6 is 1 whole? I want it to be 6, 6, but when I multiply, I get 5. How does that work? How about 5 and 1? All right, 5, 6 plus 1, 6 is 6, 6, which is 1 whole. And 5 times 1 is 5. 6 times 6, 36. Okay. All right, we're working backwards here. If the perimeter is 56, here's what I'm going to do. That means this plus this plus this plus this is 56. But I'm going to make it easy. What's halfway around? If all the way around is 56, halfway around is, write down the next number, 28. So this plus this is 28. I can turn this into an algebraic equation, but I think if you saw that, most of you are going to say 8 plus what is 28? 8 plus 20, right? So B must be 20, right? Let's just double check. 20 plus 20 is 40. 8 plus 8, 16. 40 and 16 is 56. Okay, so B is 20. What's the area? Well, it's a rectangle. 8 times 20. Area equals 160. But let's get our units now. This was meters, so our B is 20 meters, and the area is 120 or 160 square meters. Always get your units. And remember, area is always square units. All right, how about this parallelogram? This is 11, and the perimeter is 50. So 11 plus B plus 11 plus 50 plus B is going to be 50. Well, what's halfway around then? Half of 50, 25. 11 plus B equals 25. B must be 25 minus 11, 14. And now we're talking inches. Okay, now what is the area? It's not 11 times 14. Remember, the area is how wide it is times how tall. So the 11 I don't care about for the area. I care about the 14 times 9. And that's 9 tens, 90. 9 fours, 36. 90 and 36 is 126. And this is square inches. Let's just double check that, right? I have 14 times 9. 9 times 4 is 36. Carry that 3, and then 9 plus 3 is 12. Boom. All right. Now don't forget, we're going to cut this in half when we get the area. Okay. Now the perimeter is 24. This is 6. This is 10. That's 16. What's 24 minus 16? That'll be that missing leg, right? This bottom part, the base. That must be 8 centimeters. Now, remember, the area is half the base times the height. I can do 6 times 8, get my 48, and take half of it, which is what? 24. I can also do half of 6, 3, and multiply it by 8. What do you get? 3 times 8, 24. I can also have half of 8 is 4 times 6 is how much? 24, right? So the area is 24, but those are 3 different ways you can do that, okay? All right, now this triangle is not a right triangle. So I do need the base to get the area, but I don't need these sides for the area. I need the height, okay? Now they told you the perimeter is 35. This part's 8. This part's 12. That's up to 20 so far. So 20 plus B is going to be 35. B must be 15, right? 35 minus 20, 15. Now what's the area? Half of 15 times 5. Oh man, they're both odd. 5 15s is 5 10s, that's 50. And 5 5s is 25. 50 and 25 is 75. But that's not my answer. I have to cut it in half. 75 divided by 2. Let's go ahead and get some room on the back here. 75 divided by 2. Remember that what that is. The first number when you write your division problem like that is the one that goes in the box, right? 2 goes into 7 3 times, and then I multiply, right? 3 times 2 is 6. Then I subtract 7 minus 6. And after I subtract, I bring down the next number. And then 2 goes into 15 7 times. 7 times 2 is 14. Now, if I wanted a fraction, I could have my remainder go on top, divisor on the bottom. That would be 37 and 1 over 2, 37 and a half. But I'm going to get a decimal here. So I put a decimal there, bring it up, and add a 0 and bring it down. And then 2 goes into 10 5 times. 37.5 is the same as 37 and a half. Okay? Now I could have had the half there. It didn't matter. I could have had this here, but you want to simplify as best you can. 37.5. What? Square meters. Okay, don't forget your area is always square units. Okay, sorry for the confusion when I was showing you this. This is 12 divided by 4 here, right? 12 divided by 4. And this is going to be 12 divided by 3. So I'm going to divide this in thirds. And if this is 12, what's thirds? Well, we could go ahead and divide this all away. Okay, and get our 12, right? One, two, three, four, five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so if I divide it by 3, okay, each one is going to be 4 inches. 4, 8, and 12. So that's 1, 2, 3. Okay, how about dividing it by 2? Well, that one's easy, right? This is going to be 6 inches. That's going to be 6 inches. Okay, and this is 6 there, 12. Right? All right, 12 divided by 6. Okay, that's in half, so that's the 6 inches. And then that's half of half, that's 3. Half of half, 3. Right, so really that's 3 plus 6, 9. 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8, 10, 11. I'm dividing by 6, so that means every 2. 4, 6, 8, 10, and 12. All right. So how many? Each one is 2 inches. Okay. Each one is 6. Okay. 12 divided by 4. Each one is 3. And 12 divided by 3. Each one is 4. Okay. How about 2 divided by 1? 1, 2. Right? How about 2 divided by half? Let's draw it. There's 1. There's 2. There's 1/2, and another half makes 1. There's 1 1/2. So I got 1/2, 1/2, 1/2, and 1/2. 2 divided by 1/2 ends up being 4. How many 1/4 are in 2? There's 1. There's a half. There's a fourth. There's a fourth. There's a half. There's a fourth. There's a fourth. How many fourths are in 2? 1, 2, 3, 4. That makes 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. That makes 2. 4 and 4. 2 divided by 1/4 is going to be 1/8. And that kind of makes sense when you think of money. $2 divided by a quarter. How many quarters? The fourths of a dollar fits in $2. That's going to be 8. How about a fifth? Okay, well, let's divide the 1 first. And then we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 1 whole. So 2 divided by 1/5. How many 1/5s fit in 2? 10. You able to do that? Kind of confusing. All right. Hopefully this helps you. We sort of deal with a little confusion early when we get to problems like this on 6.1.3 next week. Okay, so planting some seeds, giving you a little taste of it before you see in the homework later. Hopefully it helps. All right, have a good one, everybody. Oh, I didn't tell you any hints on this, huh? Oh, I think I'll just I'll come up with an actual math question on this one to make you figure out the question if I make this an ed puzzle. Have a great weekend, everybody. Look forward to seeing you soon.